What's up, guys? UDR here. Another vid with the Kraton EXB. I did notice online people were talking about checking their diffs, the front and rear diffs. I believe the middle too, but I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and just check mine to see if the fluid is low. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it's worth just checking, and then I get to learn how to take it apart also. Never worked on a Kraton before, so I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, take the front diff off, take the front diff off, and take a look. So I got 1.5s, 2.5 Allens. I got my wheel nut too. I'm not sure if I'm needed or not. I'm gonna try to do as least work to get to the diff. Also got my drill just in case, 'cause I don't feel like doing all that turning. So all right, so we go ahead and get into it and check these diffs. So I'm going to use 1.5s. Go ahead and pull these. I guess it's like the lower shock pins, I guess, which is pretty cool. Pops out at least to give the suspension easy travel. Put that to the side. Hopefully I don't lose any of that stuff. Let's stand up a little bit to the other side, guys. The other one. Again, I'm not sure if I even have to do all this, but yeah, it's my first time doing it. So, I'm just gonna do what I think I may need to have done. And I'm trying to have it up when I'm taking the stuff out, like that. Let's see. Oh, drop the screw. All right, I'm gonna lose these screws. 2, 3. Let me take the sway bar cover off. I'm thinking I may have to take that bumper off, to be honest with you. But let's see, will this even pop up? Let's see. Right now I'm taking the sway bar cover off with the 1.5. Again, this is my first time working on one. So like I said, it may be an easier way. Somebody else know how to do it. All right. But I think I still. All right. Let's go ahead and take the bumper off, guys, real quick. So I'm gonna take the bumper off. I'm gonna do a quick time lapse to save some time. I'm gonna do the front bumper. There's 2 screws up here. Looks like a 1.5. Yep, 1.5. Then the bottom looks like 2.5s. 3 of them on the bottom, and then 2 more in the back. All right, time lapse real quick. All right, guys. So like I said before, my other videos, my first time doing it. So what I do is when I take the screws out, see, I put the screws back in where they came out of, so in the bottom, and that way I don't lose where the screws go in case you not forget or whatever. So that way everything goes back in the exact way it comes out. All right, guys. So to get to the diff, we gotta take this cover off right here. So there's a 1.5 in the front here, and then there's a 2.5s in the bottom. So it's 2 up top, 2 at the bottom. And then we should be able to pull that front case off. All right, guys, so now it's the point where I gotta take at least one side of the sway bar off so I can get to flip that out. I did make this quick correction. So it's actually a 1.5 for the grub screw, a 2.5, and a 5/64. Just correction. And the tools you would need. So you loosen this up. So I can slide this out. All right. So you can slide this out the way like that to the side. Keep this up, and then there it goes. The diff cover is out of the way, and then the diff is exposed. So go ahead and see if I can pop this diff out of there. And go from there, guys. Let me turn the truck a little bit towards me. Now it looks like the diff comes up and not out. It kind of comes up at an angle. All right, I may have to disconnect the, okay, no, pop right out. Okay, cool. So there you go. Got the diff out. So go ahead, and also the orientation, the teeth is on the left side. We look at it. I always take a picture also, just so I know I don't put it on the other side, because then it won't spin properly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and there's 4 screws around the top to take the cover off, and you can take a look inside and see what it is. All right, so go ahead and pop that off real quick, guys, so you can take a look and see what the diff fluid looks like on the inside of this guy. Alright guys, so I got the 4 screws out, which was the 5/64 bit. Now I'm gonna kind of wiggle the cover, the diff cover off nice and easy, just to see. Alright, so I took it off, has a gasket in there, make sure it's in there, but then the, you see, I guess those like the slipper, limited slip disc, I believe is what it is. It was stuck on the other side, so I'm gonna try to transfer it back over without disrupting anything, so I can take a look at the diff. Alright. Very careful with this. A little bit dropped in there. Alright. Just transfer it back. Nice and easy, guys. Alright, so let's take a look at the diff. So it's low, I believe. It's pretty low. If you look at the inside of my diff, see the angle? Not much. I mean, you see a little bit on the bottom, but it's not a whole lot in this one. Alright, so go ahead and it's almost, honestly, I mean, there's barely anything in there, but alright, so like I said, I got the 100K in there. And I'm gonna top it off with that. I know a lot of people would actually take everything out and clean it out. I'll be honest with you, I'm just gonna top it off. There's not much in there anyways. But that's just the way I'm gonna do mine. All right, that's sitting there for a bit, let it set up, and then I'm gonna come back in a few, and we'll put it back together. All right, guys, so got the diff all lubed up. Got lube in there. All right, so I'm going to put the front diff back together. Line everything up, drop it back in. And then I'm gonna button her back down, guys. Sorry about the noise. My little man is reenacting his Power Ranger scene. Alright, so go ahead and tighten it back down. I'm gonna do a caddy corner, so I'm gonna start on one side, and I'm gonna go to the other side. There we go. All right, one side's lined up. And I'm gonna do a quick time lapse on it. All right, so once you put everything back together, you also want to just spin it, make sure it's moving freely and not binding up. And it's not, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it back in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the dog bones in while I drop it in there. See if it goes back in as easy as I took it out. Spin that one a little bit, line it up. All right. And then, let's see. Let's see if I could get a drop on in, guys. All right, so, there we go. And she's in. So let me go ahead and start tightening it back up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install the diff cover back on there with the sway bar. Then I will put this front piece on, and then bumper, and just pretty much reverse the process. Alright guys, so one last thing to do. We'll put the front bumper on, and the front end is back together, guys. And that's pretty much how you would check and I guess fill your front diffs on the Kraton EBX roller. So drop this on here. Alright. So I left all the screws in the existing holes where it came out of. That way I know where it go back in. I mean, I'm pretty good at remembering where it goes, but for somebody who's doing it for the first time, it could be a little intimidating. But like I said, once you put the screws in the same position where you would where you took them out from, it's so much easier. So much easier. So I figured I'd just show you how I used to do it when I first started taking my cars apart. So let's put these in the bottom. The video is probably a little bit long right now, but just wanted to show you how I did it and how how it's kind of done, I guess. There may be other easier ways to do it, but this is how I did it, and it worked. But yeah, I remember when I checked, I was like, man, never worked on one, so I'm not saying nervous, but I just wasn't sure what to expect. A lot of times I heard about Arrma putting a ton of Loctite in their screws and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I hope I don't have to deal with fighting off a bunch of screws and all that. But it's actually pretty good. I didn't really see any Loctite as of yet, or any screws that were too hard to come out. So that's a plus. Alright, so basically I just tighten these 3 down. I'll do that after the video, but just tighten the 3 down, and then I'm pretty much done with the front, guys. Alright, so again, appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Alright, have a good one.